Hello Gemini, welcome back to my channel. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for coming back. If you're new, welcome. Okay, so with the 8th house, this is a cycle shift of some sort. It can be an ending and beginning, which comes in with the 8th house, but it could also be like the closing of a chapter and the opening of a new one, or finishing something off and ending something and then moving on to something else, or it could just be a transition of some sort. It can also be to do with a relationship. This is normally a committed relationship like a marriage, or it could be a partnership as in a business partnership or some other kind of partnership. And this is all about, the glue that holds that together. This can be about the emotional and material resources to do with that coming together. How is it going to work? There's also financial implications with this house. This is big finance, so this can be tax, and it can also be related to assets, banking, investments, insurances, all of those sorts of things. And also, in some cases, because the endings and beginnings and because death does come into this house, it's normally like a symbolic death, like an ego death, or the death of something in your life, like a structure or system or something that was there and it's now moving away. But it can also be, it can represent a passing away of something or someone, and therefore legacies and inheritances can also come up with this house. It can also be about the rising up of your psychic knowledge or your psychic abilities, depending on what you do and what is your interest in life that may be relevant for you. So now we've also got Pluto here. Pluto rules the 8th house. So there's definitely a big shift coming in. It could very well be the end of something and the beginning of another. Or you could be in that transition phase. Something may have already ended for you and now you are moving into a new phase. So take it as it resonates. But the Pluto energy is always about what lies beneath. So this could be feelings that you need to air at this time, or something that you need to say. Or it could be an ancient fear or something rising up in you which needs to be expressed. You have got communication here and you've got Gemini. So I feel that's something that needs to be articulated, something that needs to be expressed. It could also be that you are unaware of these feelings, or you are unaware how important it was to you to bring this information up. It can also be that a secret or something that has not been revealed or was just not shown or not noticed suddenly rises up to the surface. That can also happen. But it is about ultimately transformation. So going from one situation to another, what occurs during that process. It really is about letting go of the old and bringing in the new in some way. And this may be financially for you, or it could be relationship related or partnership related. It's the 8th house also, and Pluto also deal with sexuality and all of that, everything related to that, whether it's in a union or perhaps just within yourself. And it could be that something is rising up to do with that, something that needs to be expressed. And it can also be to do with regeneration or renewal. So if you are in a current relationship, and it could be with somebody who is either like a soul bond, like a soulmate, or it could even be a twin flame. But this is the Lover's card in the astrology deck. So it could be to do with that. You could have something, really solid relationship, but it just needs refining, or just is going through a transition at this time. But it's definitely to do with something that is rising up and it needs to be sorted out or faced or dealt with, or handled in some way. So the regeneration and the renewal can also come up. And this can be like a phoenix rising from the ashes as well. It can also be to do with birth. So this could be physical birth, but it's usually to do with birthing of something, birthing of a new foundation of some sort in this house. Now it's saying here, Maeve, cycles and rhythms, honor the cycles of your body, energy levels and emotions. So if you are, starting a family, or you're thinking about that, or you're going through, planning for that, this can also be important for you. So the cycles and rhythms of your biorhythms, what you go through in your body, and everything that occurs, it says honor the cycles of your body, energy levels and emotions. And they're saying that opportunity is coming in for you So, but it's about being aware and listening to your body, listening to your emotions, listening to your actual physical body, and going with that. So when you're tired, then rest. When you feel energized about something, then take action. But it's about listening and moving with your the cycles of your body. Now, this could, if you're not in sort of family mode, then this could just be that related to you specifically. Whether you're masculine or a feminine, doesn't matter. We all have these biorhythms that occur, and it's about, just really paying attention to your body. Really, that's what it is, because you want to be ready for this opportunity, whatever is coming up for you now. You want to be ready for that, and you want to be in a really good space for that. So emotionally and physically as well. So as I said, communication is really, really important. Now, you've got quite a row of strong cards here. You have Pluto transformation, which is all about that. Things coming up from the deep. You've got your destiny, which can be quite a difficult energy, but there is success on the other side of this. And then you've got the solar eclipse energy, which is about change. So somewhere in here, this is going to be important. We have Bridget, don't back down. So stand up for what you believe is right. So whether this is within a relationship or a partnership, or it's to do with your home and your family, or whether it's to do with your daily life, it could be work related, or it could be health, diet and well-being. Now, if you are thinking about a family, then the health and the diet and the well-being may very well be important. So it's saying that you need to stand up for yourself in some way. Put your foot down about something. It could also be that you need to show up. You need to actually make yourself heard. Stand up and make your case. Express yourself, express your opinion, or it could be an idea if it's work related, but something needs to be, you need to put your foot down in some way. You need to be firm about something. And Bridget is wonderfully strong with that. And don't back down. If you're challenged about something and you know it's right, you know in your heart what is right, then don't back down. Very important. But everything is communication based here. We've got Gemini, which is, again, obviously your sign, very, very strong about communication. It could just be about, perhaps you have an inkling, because there's strong psychic knowledge coming in here. You may have an inkling or some kind of impression or some kind of gut feel or some kind of insight about something that needs to be done in the 8th house. It could be financially related, or it could be to do with your family or whatever. Something that you need to actually stand up and be counted on, to actually, make your voice heard. Now we have got your 4th house roots. So this is about home, family. Again, family and babies and children are coming in, possibly. So this may be to do with a family matter that's coming in for you. Now, whether this is your own family, or whether this is your relationship to your family, your roots, your foundation, your ethnic identity or ancestry, whatever it is, something related to that. Something could be coming up which you were not aware of. But it could also be to do with your actual physical home. So your actual, where you're living, your actual physical structure, or where you are currently staying at the moment. And it could also be about the atmosphere or the people in your home. So something to do with that coming in. Very strong home focus coming in here. So now we've got your destiny. Now this is saying that there's something in this which you may have absolutely no support from your family on. Your destiny is quite a tricky path to be taking, but it's absolutely part of your destiny and part of your fate. So whether this is a relationship that you have, could be your partner or somebody connected to you very directly. And this person, from a relationship point of view, it's almost like it's very hard to let go of that relationship. Even though there may be a few trials and tribulations and a few frustrations, it will be very hard to let go of that relationship, because you've set a path together. You're on a destiny path, the two of you. But each one of you is doing certain things according to your life path. And it's fated. And it's saying that, there are aspects of this relationship which are going to help you grow, which you could not have done had you been, single or not together. So coming together is going to activate certain things as part of your karmic path, your karmic inheritance. It could be karmic things that you've brought into this life that you are now working on, your own karma and your person's karma, or you may have created karma previously and now you're coming in to sort something out. So it could be from a relationship, purely from a personal relationship point of view, or it could be with somebody else that is family related or somebody else in your home. Then it could also be that something to do with your fourth house, your home, or your relationship with your family. You're not going to get support from them because you are on your own path. This is a very specific path that you're on. It's something that you are doing, or something that you are working on. And you can, in some cases, be like the black sheep of the family. You could be marching to your own drummer. All right. So you could be deviating from what everybody else in your family has done, and now you're doing something different. This could be related to anything. It could be relationship, or perhaps you're living somewhere that is, away from the family, or you're just embarking or doing something which is different, or on a different path to everybody else. It could be that you are, it's going to be, there are going to be a few frustrations and a few sacrifices on this path. Whatever it be, it could even be something that you're changing with regard to your actual home, something that is changing. It could be a structural or a renovation, but there's something that you need to do on this, something which is important for you, and is meaningful for you. But it can also be just the general path of your life with regards to your family, where, you are just different, and you've got your own matters to attend to. And it's saying that you may also be working on this, or sort of carrying on in your own way, in your own time. And this can be in secret. So again, the secret energy is coming up with Pluto in the 8th house. Or you could just be working quietly away from others in some way. So it's almost like you have, sort of working from home, away from everybody else, or you are working quietly on something in your own time, whatever the situation, or it could be relationship related, as I said. But there is success on the other side of this. It's just a very specific path. It's not a well-traveled path. It's also about listening to your inner guidance at this time. However this is playing out for you, listen to your inner guidance, your inner GPS. That's what this card is about. It's about following that, your own internal prompts and your own internal insights and information. As I said, with Pluto in 8th house, your psychic knowledge or your psychic impressions about situations, you may just get flashes of insight about the truth of certain situations or the truth of other people's intentions. And you're just homing in on that very, very highly at this time. But it's also about listening to your own guidance. You're going to be guided, and you're going to be led one sort of bit of the path at a time. You're not going to see the whole path. It's not going to be a very clear, laid out path for you. You're going to have to listen and follow your intuition, and you will be guided. But it will be one step at a time. And there will be times where you look around and you just will think, I'm getting nowhere, or I'm getting no support and advice from anybody or anything like that. But it's a very specific path to you. We've got GEMINI A, golden opportunity. Important doors are opening for you right now. Walk through them. So whatever this door represents for you, this could be something to do with literally that is your physical home related, or it could be your person that is with you at home, or your family, your personal family, or it could be related to your ancestry or your foundation, your extended family. But there's some sort of opportunity coming in here. It could also be that you are moving. And you're following a path, or you're following something which is purely for you, and only you will get it, what is important here. So it could be a relocation, something that is occurring, but there's an opportunity coming in for you, and it's coming straight for you. There's a lot of happiness on the other side of this. She looks really happy, and she's enjoying the water and completely carefree. So something lovely is on the other side of this. It's something that's coming straight for you, and it's saying that everything that makes up you, all your wisdom, all your skills, all your abilities, your talents, whatever it is, even qualifications, whatever it may be, it's saying that all of that is going to accompany you into this opportunity, whatever it may be. And this will, this is important for you to take this opportunity. You need to grasp it with both hands. Don't procrastinate. Don't put it off. Divine timing is at play here, and it is bringing it to you. So it's just dive in. Just dive in and don't be afraid. we have got here sixth house. So the sixth house is to do with your routine. So this could be related to your move or something to do with your home, or it could be to do with something else that you've, kind of doing on a daily basis. This is related to your health, your diet, and your well-being, your lifestyle choices at this time. It can also be pet related. The other aspect of it is your daily work routines. So whether you go out to work or you work from home, that could very well be the case with your fourth house aspected here. But it's about what you do on a daily basis at work, your work projects. It's also your work colleagues, and your workplace where you go, or it could be mastery of your craft. So whatever it is that you do, whether it's creative or, to do with numbers or words, whatever is the situation, there's these two aspects come in. Quite often, it's about getting a balance between the two. So you may be working really hard and neglecting your health, or something to do with your lifestyle is changing, and that is going to affect your routine around work. So it could be now moving to work from, actually working from home, whereas before you used to go to a workplace, whatever is the situation for you. Now it's saying that a big change is coming in for you here. So this is going to be a complete rearrangement of your world as it stands currently. So this is going to affect all your routines, your home and your finances, and possibly your relationship, and various other things as well. So this is a solar eclipse is a very sudden upheaval. It's for some people it could be a bit of a shock, and for others it's something that they kind of had an inkling about, but they weren't sure how it was, whether it would actually even come to pass. It could be that your work situation is changing completely. Now, it often affects relationships. Usually that's the primary focus, but it can also be about relocation, or it can be about your job, like your profession. Some big change, some big shift is coming in, but it's a rearrangement, okay? It can be quite a turning point for some people. Now, as I said, once it strikes like that, it can be very sudden, very abrupt, and you go through a phase where you feel uncomfortable because you're trying to get your grip with what needs to be done. And, so there can be lots of things happening all at once, but it forces you into the present moment to face certain things and to deal with certain things. In some cases, it can be a lifestyle, or a way of life to do with your health and your diet, or even work related, that really has not been suiting you for a great deal of time, for a long time. And you just didn't realize how dysfunctional it was until the solar eclipse comes in and changes everything. So in some cases, it can be quite a relief. Yes, you're letting go of something and you may feel a bit insecure, perhaps financially or something else, but actually at the end of the day, it's going to help you tremendously, because it's going to force you out of something which you would normally have just carried on with, So it can also be that you need to dive in and fix, change, or create something better than what you have had to begin with. So as I said, this could be a rearrangement of what you've already got in place, or it could be a complete shift, and now you've got to come up with a new idea or try something new, whatever the situation is. But it's usually quite an upheaval. It really is also about self-mastery. So this is getting your emotions under control, but also about facing whatever change comes in for you full on, being optimistic, being having the right attitude about with regards to the making changes. And being a Gemini, you mutable sign, you go with the flow, and communication is your forte. So you may really need to be focusing on that in some way, but it really is getting to grips with the situation, but with the right outlook. We can overcome many things with the right attitude. So be optimistic, approach the change without resistance, and that will go a long way to helping you overcome or get through whatever needs to be gotten through here. Now, with here, Una easy does it. There is no need to hurry or force things to happen. Everything is occurring in perfect timing. So something is changing for you. It's going to affect your home and your finances, it looks like, or your relationship as well. But it's saying that whatever occurs, okay, take your time with this, okay? It could be that you are now going to start your own business, or you're going to be working from home, or you're changing something about your routines. And it's saying easy does it, Okay, she's saying that everything that is important to you, whatever is personally important. So this can be a personal wish or a dream or a business project or an idea, whatever it is, something that is close to your heart. Whether it could even be a relationship. It's saying that this takes time, and it takes patience, and it takes nurturing. Number one is the nurturing of yourself as you go through the processes, but also of whatever it is that you're working on. So there's no need to hurry or force things to happen. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. Now just deal with it one step at a time. With the Yod Destiny, that is, you've got to listen to your intuition, listen to your inner guidance, and you will be led one step at a time. Everything is occurring in perfect timing. And you've also got, as I said, this golden opportunity, which is also, as I said, about divine timing. It's coming directly for you. You've got another opportunity coming in here for you. So it's all saying that whatever is occurring is going to present certain things to you, which then you can make, run with it. And if it's a business-related thing or a work-related thing, it's saying that it may start off as a part-time venture, and this is maybe why you are working quietly on your own or in secret, or doing something just on your own, something that you're actually focusing on yourself. And it will eventually become a full-time, or it will take on a bigger role, but just initially it may be sort of on a quieter or smaller scale until the ball gets rolling. As I said, we've got the strong Gemini energy. So this is the lovers in this deck, but it's also about all Gemini issues, and it's always about communication of all forms. And this is written, verbal, body language. It can also be document and contract related. It can also be about hearing news or receiving news. So something coming to you. It could also be in the form of gossip. Take the high road on that, because it can backfire on you, especially with Pluto here and with the 8th house. Do not engage in anything like that. Just steer clear of it, and take the high road, just focus on what you do best, which is obviously the communication aspect. It also is about multitasking and doing many things at once, being flexible, walking your talk. It could also be research, and exchange of ideas, talking to others, contacts and networks, communicating or expressing yourself in some way. It's also about understanding or understanding things. So this is about grasping information and taking it on board, but also listening to what others have to say, listening to perhaps you're following trends, or you're learning something. It could also be to do with that. But very strong communication energy. So whatever it is, it could also be internet or electronic based as well.